It's the night before he's going to meet Esau. And it says that a man wrestled with Jacob. It doesn't initially go into a lot of detail as to who this man is. But it says that the man and Jacob wrestled the whole night. And the man does something interesting. He reaches out, he strikes part of Jacob's hip, and it wrenches it out of position, which must have been incredibly painful. As the morning was about to break, the man says, "Let me go." And Jacob says something interesting. He says, "I will not let you go until you bless me." So he says, "My name is Jacob." And the man's response is interesting. He says, "You will no longer be called Jacob. You'll be known as Israel. For you have wrestled with God and with men and have overcome." So who was the man? Well, I think we're given the answer. Jacob says, "I have seen God face to face, and yet my life was spared." Now I realize I'm stepping on a lot of toes here. Oh, you're saying God took on a human form? If you believe that God is all powerful, that God can do anything, if God can create this entire universe and intricate detail, why could he not take on a temporary human form to interact with the creation? Jacob was wrestling with God. Now, obviously, if it's God, there's no way Jacob could have won that wrestling match. But that wasn't the point. This whole thing was a test of his character. God could have overwhelmed Jacob in a second, but this whole thing was a test of his character. This whole thing was designed to see how much he wanted God. How hard is he going to fight? And even when Jacob wouldn't give up and God took out his hip socket, Jacob still wasn't giving up. He was in agonizing pain and he didn't give up. So I think that God orchestrated this situation with Jacob as a way of instructing us. If we are serious about our walk with God, we're going to wrestle with God. It's going to be a struggle. People are constantly saying, if God cares so much about me, why does he throw obstacles in front of me? Why does he cause me to, struggle so much? We're being tested. God wants to see who of us is willing to fight to get to know him. How hard are we willing to fight? How much are we willing to suffer